In 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
Brian Thomas, 73 yards. And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is up to 8.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe somebody to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. 3rd and 3.
44, ready.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Quick throw there is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Looking long for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
Here's 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Looking to pass. Tua. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Lawrence from his end zone.
He'll rifle this one deep right side.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. And they'll give this to Achane.
And they'll get him down right around the 16.
Here's 2nd and 7. Up the middle, Achane.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Tua. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well. So give some credit to the defense.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Gotta say, Charles, a little surprising to have a kick this short blocked. Usually that happens on the longer ones, but great job by the special teams to kind of sift through there and get a hand on it.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of football over time, partner, and you're right about it. Typically, the longer field goals start lower because they have so much more ground to cover to get to the post. And that's when you get a hand on it. These short ones, you're able to pop it up in the air pretty quickly. Normally, you get height. In this case, extra effort to block that one.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Hey, run! Go, go! Go, go, let's go! Hey, kill, kill! Kill, kill!
Final play of the half. It's Lawrence.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down.
Red on red. Red, red.
On play action, Lawrence.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
All right, let's go. 30 left.
Again, it's Lawrence. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great play there. 36 yards.
And the Jaguars have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead is up to 15 now.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
2nd down and 8. Here's Achane. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
From the gun, it's Tua. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
A run now from Achane.
And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I'm sure that was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion. Solo left Zion.
They'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now 2nd and 3.
Hey, go, go! Go, go! Alert! Alert!
And they'll go again with Etienne.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
On red.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Hey,
And they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long. Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Oh, it's a wobbler here. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10.
Now back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
That is Josh Hines Allen working his way in for the sack. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. That is caught.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd down and 12. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. Now ETN to start the drive.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
That's good for a Jaguars.
Now Lawrence.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
ETN up the middle.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after him.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Fielded just inside the 20. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
Now Tua.
This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical. And you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game. Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game. In motion comes the tight end left. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long.
And they'll send Waddle in motion left.
Tua sets up to pass it. Steps away. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Jalen Waddle,
52 yards.
and the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
The two are going to try and throw for it.
And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a 1-score game. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this a very important drive leading in the 4th quarter of this wild card game. But this one far from over as they start out here 1st down.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
Hey, I'm gun. Silver.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And this is the worry because sometimes you get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
23.
They'll run with Etienne. And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Go. Silver.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the 1st down. And even with the 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this nearly all the way down now. On the counter, Etienne.
Now he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Hey, Lion.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He gets it to Thomas.
And he will have a Jaguars 1st down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here we go.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Hey, run.
Running behind center with Vaughn.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll indeed take a knee. And that knee will do it. Can't stop the clock defensively. So they protected their home field, got the victory in the wild card round.
And rewarded their home crowd. They came out in force for this one. Really supported them throughout the year. And, boy, they were something special in this one. And maybe it's their last home game. And if so, they sent them out with a great visual, didn't they?
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the